With the 26th pick of the 2020 MLB Draft, the Oakland Athletics select Tyler Soderstrom, a catcher from Turlock High School, Turlock, California. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
Tyler Soderstrom, he's the son of Steve Soderstrom, the 6th overall pick in '93 by the Giants, considered by many to be the top offensive catching prospect in this draft. A lot of helium last summer when he shined at a bunch of showcase events, especially the area code games, PDP League. Bat well ahead of his defense, according to scouts. Very mature, advanced approach to the plate, especially for a prep hitter. There are questions regarding whether or not he's going to remain at catcher as a pro. Do you see that? Dan, do you see Soderstrom as a catcher at the next level?
You know, Greg, for me, when you draft this type of kid, it really comes down to his desire. There's some restrictions defensively in his lower half that he can work his way through. It's an exceptional athlete, well above average arm strength. He does profile at other positions, so it really just gets down to the want-to of his desire to stay at catcher. But, I mean, this is one of my favorite players from an offensive standpoint. My player comp on him was Darren Dalton.
Oh,
I think It's got that kind of upside. And I think with all catchers, you know, this is a position where you do have to stay patient. It takes a little bit of time for them to master the skills necessary behind the plate.
I like the fact of the want to. That's the one position you have to want to play is catcher. Getting beat up constantly, and you got to work probably harder than any other position on the field at your craft. And so, yeah, the want to is big in that position.
I want to check in with Jonathan Mayo right now, who's seen an awful lot of Soderstrom. I will. And Jonathan, if he were to profile at other positions, which position would be first on that list?
I might run him out to a corner outfield spot just because he does run very well. He's extremely athletic, maybe third base. You know, Dan mentioned the arm strength. The arm behind the plate works really, really well. It's the other parts of the receiving that he'll need to work on. I would let him go out as a catcher, left-handed hitting catcher. Really an advanced bat. One of the better pure high school bats in this class. I think it was a little underappreciated, and I think there's going to be power to come. He homered in the PDP League, and so a lot of interesting skills there. I'd let him catch. Then if you have to move him after a little while, that's fine. Think like Will Myers. When Will Myers was a guy with the Royals as a prospect, they had him catch for a full year, did not slow his bat down. He played across 2 levels of A-ball. Then they moved him to the outfield because they realized the athleticism would play and the bat would move even faster.
The kid's pretty impressive. Just watching film on Soderstrom, you love the swing and the size. Jonathan, thank you. Up next, the Minnesota Twins at number 27, and this is an interesting club to talk about. I'm not going to tee him up on this because he thinks best available all the time, but this is the 7th best farm system, and they're clearly ready to win right now. Clearly ready to win, and their top 3 prospects are position players.
Yeah, that's why I think they go college pitcher.
Right?
Yeah, I do.